All right, welcome to our coaching info webinar. We like to keep these short and sweet because we all have families and we don't want to keep you guys away from yours for very long, and we sure can't stay away from ours for very long. So we are super, super happy that you're here. We just kind of want to dive into what does it mean to, what is this coaching thing that people talk about? Obviously, if you're here, you are invited by someone very special who believes in you and sees potential in you and thinks that you could be amazing at this. And we want to answer all of your questions. So please use the chat box if you have any questions along the way. And at the end, we'll absolutely open it. You can unmute your lines and ask any questions that you may have. Uh, and I just want to first kick this off. I'm going to share a little bit about my story, but I want you to know that no matter what your story is, no matter what your strengths are, no matter what your passions are, no matter what your fears are or misconceptions are, that you really belong here. We really are a mixed tribe of people. But I will say that we're unified in a couple of things. And one of them being our passion to make this world a better place, our passion to help other people believe in themselves. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. None of us have perfect six pack abs all the time, eat perfectly all the time, have there. If you guys could only see my bed right now covered in laundry, like life is so messy. Even when you're at the very, very top of this company, this is a culmination of three different organizations that have invited to this call tonight. And I will tell you that me and Abby and Melissa, we all have very messy lives, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Um, if you have that drive in you that I was made for more, and I just haven't found what that is yet, and I really want to find a platform where I can reach more people, but also cultivate freedom with my family and freedom of time and freedom of location, but still have, feel my self-worth that I'm actually contributing outside of just the traditional roles of wife and mom. That's okay, because we are there with you. So really quick Cliff Notes version of my story. I've been a coach now with Beachbody for 5 years. Before that, I actually my career is by a registered nurse. I graduated with my bachelor's in nursing in 2009. I paid $100,000 for my nursing degree, and that was very like applauded because it's something that society very much accepts. And you spend the money and you spend the 4 years of like stressing yourself out to the max. I literally had heart issues as a college athlete and in nursing school. It was so crazy. Like the worst health I've ever had was during that time period in my life. But I graduated and went to nursing. I had a lot of different roads that led me to Spain. I actually got married right out of college, and I lived in Spain with my husband at the time, was a professional basketball player, and I tried working in hospitals. And through nursing school, at the end of nursing school, and through like my experience in different hospitals, I realized like I was driven to nursing because I wanted to help prevent people from suffering from preventable illnesses and preventable things. And that goes back to, again, I'm going to say very surface level with you, but when I was 11, my dad and I were hit by a drunk driver, and I was metaflighted, put on life support, and in a coma for a week. And my dad ended up dying from malpractice. An unfortunate malpractice action that a nurse took. And so my life was rocked at a very young age by two very preventable actions, right? A drunk driver and this nurse who made a very irresponsible decision. And so at a young age, I was wired the way that I coped, where I found my purpose was I will really want to help prevent people from going through something that's preventable, because I wish someone could have prevented that for me. And so naturally, it went into nursing. I can help people, I can serve people. And I found out quickly, and for me in Western medicine, it's incredible at life saving. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for surgery and life saving medication, right? But when it got to the root cause of why people were suffering in their health, not so good. We're not so good in that department, right? And so I started learning. I became a certified holistic health coach after graduating from nursing school, and I learned a ton in my own healing journey about nutrition and herbology and Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine. And I really put all the pieces together. I'm a total nerd about superfoods, and that's why I'm passionate about our product line and how insanely valuable it is. And so when Beachbody came along, I'll be honest with you, I thought I was better than Beachbody. I'm like, what is this name? Are you kidding me? And okay, this network marketing company knows more than I do about nutrition. Hard pass. That was really, I was so, I didn't know I was so prideful, but I was. And then I had my first baby, and I was working as a correctional nurse in prison at the time. And I never wanted to be a work from home mom until I had a baby and I became a mom. And then I was like, I never want to leave you. Like, I don't want to take you to daycare. I don't even want to take you to my mom's house. I just want to be with you all the time. And that was when my Google search started for work from home RN jobs. I knew I had run my own practice and health coaching before, and there's no money in it. It's very hard to make a living and not completely exhaust yourself. And so I knew that wasn't an option. And I made significantly more than my husband at the time, so I couldn't quit my job. And it was like a culmination of life stuff happened, because then I saw my now coach's totally random chick on Facebook, her before and after picture. And she just got done with a test group from Beachbody. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I want to do your program. I'm familiar with Shakeology. I've tried it before. I love it. I want to try it. I want the challenge pack. It's the best deal, but I want nothing to do with coaching because I don't have the time. You don't understand. I'm going back to work 40 to 60 hours a week in a prison. My husband is on call 24/7 in law enforcement and investigations. He's always gone. He works overtime all the time, and I have a new baby. I don't have time for anything else. And she said, okay, no problem. I said, but I want the discount. That's why I want the coach account. I want the discount. She said, no problem. Awesome. And then she said, if you have any friends or family who want to join my group, just here, you have a coach account. Here's how you get them signed up. And I was like, light bulb, duh. Why wouldn't I? Okay, mom, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, best friend, do this program with me. Check out this chick's results. You're getting the challenge pack. I'm signing you up with this coach account because it's the cheapest. Give me your credit card, your social security number, and your address. And they all did. Like, I still to this day, I'm like, wow, you guys really do trust me. But they all were like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do this. I started like a random Facebook group. I had no idea what I was doing. I made $200 and I was like, whoa, that was easy money. And that was the beginning of my introduction to coaching. Honestly, like literally stumbled into it. And I had a call with my coach after that. And she asked me, first of all, who are you? How did you do all these things? You're in your first promotion, but let's talk because I think this could be amazing. You could be amazing at this. And then she asked me two questions that changed my life. And she said, 1 year from now, failure's off the table. If you could have your dream life, where would you be living? What would you be doing for work? What would your schedule look like? What would your life look like? What do you want to create? And then 5 years from now, dream as big as possible to where it feels awkward and you feel ridiculous. I want you to write down those things. What do you want for your life? And I felt so dumb in that moment, to be honest with you, because I didn't know. I'd never been asked that question. I had never thought about what do I want if I could have anything. I was comfortable. I was making six figures. I was working in a prison. I had the white picket fence in the lab and an amazing husband. And I had a new perfect healthy baby, but I wouldn't be leaving my kid every day if it was my choice. I would still be working from home. I would be making substantial money and I'd be making a difference. And we'd be debt free. I'd have all these loans paid off. And that was when I saw Beachbody as the vessel to the life I want to live. And that's what I hope that you see, because we all are going to have different visions and goals and futures that we want, and it should stay that way. But this is a vessel that could get you to anywhere you want to be because of our compensation plan and the company that we're a part of, the fulfillment factor, and the freedom that it creates. So that's a huge introduction, but I'm going to kick it over to Abby to take it from here.
Yeah, so gosh, Jess's story always gives me chills, and I just am so inspired by her. And that was like, I know only the tip of the iceberg of it. There's so much more. And I have not quite as dramatic, but a very similar background. I'm a mom of two, and I stumbled into coaching, guys. I'm the last person who should be doing this. So we're going to talk sometime about some of the fears and misconceptions, but when I started coaching, I was actually, I don't know how many of you, if you did a Beachbody program before you became a coach, drop it in the chat. I would love to know, because I was one of those cold invites that everyone is like, never send those. I don't want to like message random people on the internet. Well, sometimes random people on the internet need what you have to offer, because this girl randomly messaged me after I had Caleb. I did 21 Day Fix, and it legit changed my life. I needed help. I was overwhelmed as a full-time working mom. I had to go back to work 4 weeks postpartum, which was really early, and just really struggled, right? So I needed that. And I just did it over and over and over again for about 2 years, and stumbled into the coaching side of things when I was the girl that invited me kind of faded away, and I didn't really know her anyways. But I didn't do social media. I was like that girl who loved to creep on all her friends, but I rarely posted anything. But I remember thinking one day, I think people post a lot of food stuff on Instagram. And so I literally hashtag searched something along the lines of 21 Day Fix dinner ideas or something like that, and stumbled onto the girl who is now my mentor in this business, creeped on her account for 3 months. I don't know if this resonates with anybody, but legit didn't follow her, didn't like or comment on anything, but went intentionally to her page every day because I was so intrigued at what she was doing. She was doing the same workouts I was doing. That was very clear because I found her through the recipe, but I watched her show up every single day with her workouts. I watched her share about how she was able to help other women do the same thing and be a light and an encouragement. She had a master's degree in a similar field to mine. Her boys were a little bit older than my son. And I saw her having time freedom with her family and home with her kids and still working and going on these amazing trips and all this stuff. And I was like, I want that. I need that, because just kind of like Jessica had mentioned, I too really struggled. And this might not be your story. Like maybe it's totally different. This is ours. I love working. I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. No offense to those of you guys who do. I just really love working, probably to a detriment sometimes. But I hated the toll daycare was taking on my son. I cried literally every day. He was that kid who got every bug that ever came through. He was constantly sick. And it just was a struggle between needing my income. My husband at the time was in paramedic and firefighting academy and working. So he was gone about 5 days a week, and I was putting him through school, and being a full-time working mom who loved her career, but just felt like it was coming at the cost of what we wanted for our family. And nobody knew that behind the scenes. But watching my coach now for 3 months, I'm like, this could be the ticket to what we need. I want to help people. I'm unlike Jessica. I do not come from a nutrition or health background. I'm legit just super normal. My degrees are in history and higher education, so not that. But I do have a heart and passion for helping people. And I knew that my story could help others. And if I could show up with diligence and consistency and vision, that this business could turn into something that would really create freedom for our family in ways that we could never imagine. And I was talking to my husband actually this weekend of how grateful I am, because 2.5 years into coaching while working full time, I had had my daughter in that, so gone through pregnancy and the whole thing, all this stuff, I was able to leave my job and come home. And this year we've been able to homeschool my son because that was our choice. We've had freedom and a lack of stress about jobs and education, especially if you're on the West Coast. Stuff is so just locked down and tight here, and not having the stress or pressure of being forced to do whatever my company or the government was telling us, and having the freedom due to coaching, due to my time and our income, has been truly the greatest gift. And this is something none of us saw coming. So if you would have asked me a year ago, I'd been like, yeah, I love that I'm home with my kids. And now I'm like, gosh, I'm so grateful that I have the freedom to raise them in the way that we see best. So I will be forever grateful for coaching. And now, like Jess, I'm running this hot mess momming, homeschooling my kids, juggling work, and it's great. So what do we actually do as coaches? We're going to kind of get into the nitty-gritty details here, but first and foremost, it's working on being your best self. What job rewards you for taking care of you first? And everyone is always nervous about being kind of like salesy, or you don't want to be that girl on social media. And we will teach you how to not be that. But it really starts with avoiding that whole like salesy, annoying personality, is sharing what you genuinely love. You know, if you found an awesome sale, you would go share it with your best friend. If you saw a movie you loved or tried a new restaurant or a recipe, or, you know, those memes that you get on your phone where you instantly have to text your friends, you're like, oh my gosh, this just killed me. That's what we do because we love it. So as you show up getting results in your nutrition, getting results in your workouts, you're going to just automatically start sharing it kind of through osmosis. And it will be unique to you. You know, maybe you love bar, maybe you love boxing, maybe you really thrive in nutrition. Like, you're going to find your sweet spot, but it really focuses first and foremost on you showing up as you. And I will tell you that I was not consistent with my nutrition at my goal weight before becoming a coach at all. And so if you're sitting here telling yourself, well, I'm not like super consistent in these areas, I want to tell you that nothing helps you level up more than being an example to other people. And when you know that other people are starting to rely on you, you start showing up, and it really helps elevate your own results. So selfishly, coaching is the best thing I could have ever done for me and my own results. And it's gotten me through pregnancies and postpartum and miscarriage and all of life. So that's step one, is just getting healthy, using the product. Step two, you're going to share that. You're going to bridge the gap for others. So you are going to actually connect with them. And as they are liking your posts and watching your stories, and we'll teach you how to do this in a way that's not obnoxious and salesy, but you are going to connect with them and be like, hey, do you want to do this too? Like, could you use some workouts at home? I would love the accountability. I have this awesome team I can plug you into. And then you help them share those same tools. That is all that we do. You don't have to be an expert in any of these things, because Beachbody legit has the best of the best in terms of nutritionists and dietitians and incredible trainers from all different varieties. So we get to tap into the knowledge that they already bring and just help people and kind of be their fit best friend. Be that wing girl that helps them start showing up for themselves, because it really is honestly that personal connection. So many people have programs sitting on their shelves collecting dust as DVDs, right? It's not that they lack the tools, it's oftentimes that they lack that community and accountability. And that's where we get to come in as coaches. And that's what sets us apart. So I'll let you talk over, Jeff.
Sorry, I was managing the participant list at the same time. Okay, so let's talk really quick about like money. Obviously, this is important when you're thinking about starting any kind of side business. Even if I want to say too that some people will come into this and say, I want to start a legitimate business. Like, tell me how to start a legitimate business. And then other people, that's way overwhelming because life's too crazy right now. And they just want to act more like an affiliate or an ambassador. Like, can I just send links and refer people? Either one is great. You have to make the decision for what's right for you and with your goals and in your stage of life. And I think that's a really important thing, because we're not trying to force this on anyone. It doesn't work to do that for anyone. This has to be authentically from you and where you're at. So here is an example of what it could look like in your first 3 months. So, new customer commission. If you're not familiar at all with Beachbody, we have what are called challenge packs, and those challenge packs are coming from my background as a holistic health coach, coming from the supplement industry, like knowing how expensive it is, not only to get like a personal trainer and a nutritionist to create meal plans for you and supplements, and somehow in there find a community. Let me just outline to you these 5 things really quick. So you have you have nutrition, 2 nutritional premium nutritional programs that everyone gets with the challenge pack. You have a Beachbody on Demand for a year, which is loaded with hundreds of different workouts that you could choose from, right? You have supplementation that is top of the line, literally top notch. I have a whole, if you're curious about it, I have a whole presentation on Shakeology on YouTube. I have several of them that you can check out if you want to. But our supplements from like a health nerd perspective are incredible, from our performance line of pre-workout and BCAs and hydrate and that line to Shakeology, to our beach bars, to our cleanses, they're just amazing. They're going to get you and your clients results. So you've got supplementation, and then you have the coaching. You not only get a business coach and a health coach, like a health fitness coach, when you sign up with the challenge pack, you become one, and we'll teach you again how to do that. Sorry, I think somebody is trying to join in real quick. The fifth part is community. So if you guys have never heard of James Clear, he's the author of Atomic Habits, and he says if you're trying to be successful in adopting habit change, positive habit change, you want to immerse yourself in a culture where the cultural norm is what you're trying to adopt. So when you're trying, have you ever tried to make a healthy lifestyle change and the people around you are pressuring you to go eat McDonald's and Netflix all day, like binge on Netflix, and you're trying so hard to get out of your habits, but it's so hard because your cultural norm is so going against these new positive things that you're trying to do. Well, when you join a team, the cultural norm is everyone living a crazy life, trying to adopt those same habits. And so we have what's called challenge groups, accountability groups. They're called different things by different coaches, but that community that you're becoming a part of, those are your new best friends that are there to check in with you and keep you accountable. You can ask questions, get support from them. You get all 5 of those things with the challenge pack. Not only do you get that, your customers get that, even when you're brand new. Even when you're brand new. That's amazing and invaluable. So one of our most basic challenge pack is $160. That includes all of that, and you get $50 commission. From a sales perspective, like that's an insane percentage of commission. Let me just tell you, that's so good. So let's say you get 3 people. That's our baseline goal for business, is to get 3 people started with the challenge pack each month. That will make sure that you're at least making some sort of profit after ordering your product of Shake, if you're ordering Shakeology consistently. So you get your first 3 people started with a challenge pack. The next month, those people who order the challenge pack, they're going to love Shakeology so much that they're going to stay on it. And your commission from those 3 people from the Shakeology is $32. So you're getting $96 in commission from the first 3 people the second month. Follow me? And then that second month, you're getting 3 new people, and that commission is $50. So that second month, you're making $246. The third month, those same people from the beginning, those first 3 and the second month, love their Shakeology. They're staying on it again. So you have 6 people ordering Shakeology. Your commission on that's $32 each, for a total of $192 from your first 2 months customers. And then you have, again, the third month, your 3 people of $150. That equals about $792. This is only one of our ways to earn money. This is only based off of commission. Long term, what I love is that Beachbody's compensation plan is heavy in what's called back end income, meaning the business model is set up for you to make more and work less if you build it right, how we will teach you to build your business. So now, 5 years in, because of the way that I've set up my business, this has been an insane year for me, and I know it has for a lot of people. My husband and I decided in August to pack up and move our family, like put our house on the market. Things are getting too crazy for us in California with my husband's job, and for us how we want to raise our kids. We're going to move. We didn't know where. We decided we're going to move to North Idaho without really seeing it. That's where we felt God leading us. And we sold our house, moved our family. Like, it was the craziest time. I had a brand new baby that was just born in July. Because of my Beachbody business, I had to take a lot of time off. And that income sustained our family and still is sustaining our family. We decided my husband would not go back to law enforcement. We only could do that because of my Beachbody business. And now he is starting his own business in concrete and construction, which is his passion. Still, my business is sustaining us, but now I have 3 tiny humans living in my parents' house while we build a house and helping my in-laws renovate their house. And the ages of my children, They like need me for some reason. So business time is very minimal for me right now. And still, it stayed consistent because of that back end income of what I've built over the years. So when you think of like, uh, people look at to jobs for like, what's my paid time off going to be? Well, what are my benefits? What's my disability if, I get pregnant and I have to go on paid time off? What is that going to look like? Beachbody has its own version of that that I've experienced myself, and I'm super thankful for that. I just wanted to touch on that because if you're looking for a business long term, that's invaluable. It is invaluable. Okay, Abs.
I love it. Yeah. And I echo everything she said. So we kind of touched on not wanting to be salesy. We don't want salespeople on their team. Okay. We don't want you to be obnoxious, but I do want to preface before I get into this, there's nothing wrong with making a sale. Okay. There is nothing wrong with being compensated for your work. There is nothing wrong with getting commission from helping someone. Doctors do, nurses do, teachers do, social workers do, pastors do, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a difference between making a sale and being like, I think what we all think of kind of like used carsmen, for lack of a better word. So that's what I mean when salesy. Okay. So we've already talked about that. We want you sharing your story, sharing your results, sharing. That's the most powerful thing that you have. So as you become empowered through what you're doing, you're just sharing that. If you're not at your fitness goal in this business, guys, I started not at my goal. Then I got in legit the best shape of my life. I'm still trying to get back before I got pregnant. I've been through 2 pregnancies since becoming a coach, and we go through those ups and downs. And I will tell you right now that it is so much more inspiring to see the messy middle and those in between journeys, because that is what empowers others to realize they can do it too. Okay. That's what gives them permission to show up, that even though your kids might be climbing all over you, or you're sacrificing maybe getting up a little earlier in the morning, or maybe you do slip up on your nutrition, and it's okay to eat burgers and have ice cream. I love balance. And you want to show people that is what, when you take people on that journey with you, that is where they start to become invested. So honestly, not being at your fitness goal, I think, is a plus when you start as a coach, because then people get to see the transformation that happens along the way, and you get to share those wins with them. I don't have a lot of time. That one's easy, guys, because when I started, and I know same with Jess and so many other, actually the most successful coaches I know, none of us had time. I was working over 40 hours a week. My husband was gone about 5 nights a week. My son was really little. My daughter didn't sleep through the night. Legitimately, I'm not exaggerating, for 3 years straight. So you have time for what's important to you. You just do. And I sacrificed. I like when you start to audit how much time you just kind of sit and veg or binge watch whatever show, or scroll through Instagram and you look in 3 hours later, you've been watching reels. Like, you have time. It's just a matter of how you use it. So when I started this, it was getting up a little bit earlier. It was being very disciplined and intentional in 10 or 15 or 20-minute pockets of time. That's all that you need, especially as a new coach. You really just need an hour or 2 a day of disciplined time. And it doesn't even have to be all at once. So most of my work gets done at night, late at night after my kids go to bed. I know for Jess, most of her work gets done really early in the morning. We're kind of opposite on that end. We have everyone in between. So don't let time be an excuse. I guarantee you can find an hour, especially if this is something that you know is going to create freedom for you. Is that worth it? I think that it is. And we want you, I think, on all of our teams, Melissa's and Jess's and mine, we want you guys to honor your families, your marriages. We don't want you to be a slave to this business, but we are here to show you what some discipline in your life can do. And it's incredibly empowering. Your story matters. So who am I to motivate? I don't even want you to go there, okay? Because everyone loves reality TV, okay? They just do. And you are gonna be able to connect with people that we can't. I can connect with people that Jess can't, and vice versa. Your story, what you've been through, what you're going through, even the most boring person in the world. When I share that I have a never-ending laundry pile on my bed on Instagram stories, that gets so many, like whenever I do a poll about that, everyone has it. It's nice to know it's relatable. And so I don't want you to give yourself into the lies that you're not enough or you're not motivating. It's not too expensive. I think Jess just did an awesome job outlining all of the incredible value that we get. And I will tell you, there's no way you can start a business for $160. and we don't have any overhead. We don't take care of shipping or tech support or anything like that. Like it is, if you treat this like $1 million investment, it will return like that for you. I personally have had an incredible spouse. Ben has been beyond amazing, but we have a lot of coaches in our network whose husbands maybe didn't understand all of it all the way. So we can connect you to those resources, but I think helping them understand what you're doing on social media. Why are you on your phone? When you're sitting and they want to watch a show with you after the kids go to bed and you're just kind of dinking around, do they understand what you're doing? Or do they think you're just like posting random stuff on Instagram? Really bringing them behind the scenes into the compensation plan and into what you're doing, that has really helped a ton. So my husband, he doesn't like being on social media. You won't see him on there a lot, but he very much understands the heart and soul behind what I do as a coach, supports it because he read all the business side of it. And then also we had boundaries. So I would tell him, okay, like I'm going to work Sunday night through Thursday night, then Friday, Saturday nights, I'm not working. Like that's our time. So just respecting those boundaries. None of us have big followings. I started legit from zero, completely zero. And honestly, guys, again, big followings do not equal big sales. Your first customers, the first people that you connect with are going to be people you already know in real life, who know, like, and trust you already. So we will teach you in our new coach mentorships how to start growing those Instagram followings and how to get new people, but that's not a reason to not start, because we all start from ground zero, and it's not a pyramid scheme. This one's just my fave. People who say that honestly are just very, I say this in love, but uneducated. And there's a lot of things we could go into, but just very briefly, a pyramid scheme, you do not have any goods and services that you exchange. We have so many actual products get sent in boxes to people's homes that you eat or drink or use. Okay, so we have lots of products. We are a Better Business Bureau rated company for the last 30 years. Beachbody is above board in all of the things. And I think the longer I've been a coach, the more impressed I have been at the integrity from the top down that this business is run. It's incredible. In a pyramid scheme, you can never earn more than your upline or your mentor, the person who signed you up. That's not true. I could earn more than my coach. Any one of my team members could earn more than me. So there's so many other things that we could get into on that, but all of these things, they were a lot of my biggest fears. Not all of them, but a lot of them were. And it's just honestly excuses and kind of like helpful roadblocks that we put up when we're scared to do something.
Love that. Okay, so now what? Let me see how many slides we have left. I just wanted to see where we're at. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys, like, if this is something that you're interested in, you may already have a customer, like you may, my words, you may already be a customer, you may already be signed up as a coach, or you may have no idea what any of this is. So the most important thing is to connect with whoever invited you to this, because they're going to know your personal situation and they're going to be able to tell you, okay, this is how we get started. If you don't have access to, if you didn't get started with the challenge pack and you don't have access to the fitness, the nutrition, Shakeology, or at least some of the supplements, that part's really important first, because it's important to us that if you're affiliated with our organizations, that you are a genuine human and that you're not someone who's trying to recommend something that you don't have any experience with. It doesn't look good and it's not genuine. And that is not what we are about. We don't want you to do this if you don't believe in this. This should be a natural overflow of your passion for something that's been transformative for you. Or if you're just getting started, that you're excited about. Why are you excited about? Why is it going to be transformative for you? Why start now? I am really excited about this, specifically right now, like tonight on this call and this month. For those of you who didn't know, Beachbody is in the middle of a massive merger, and it's going to be huge. So first of all, we are becoming a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, and that means that the pockets of the company are much deeper to invest in more marketing, to invest in better, I can't imagine how we can get better, but like better digital streaming. So the head of the digital streaming department on our board is actually the former CEO of TikTok and Disney Plus. So hello, streaming wise, we're going to take things even another level. And what most people are most excited about is our merger with Mixed Fitness. So, in the last month or so, has anyone else seen the Mixed Fitness bikes advertised way more than ever before? It's like through the roof, which obviously there's our phones are listening to us. But so if it hasn't been, start talking about it and the ads will start popping up on your phones too. So so many people are getting the Peloton bikes, which is great. And I know so many people love them and there's nothing against that. But I'm so excited because as coaches, we now are going to have access to mixed fitness bikes. So it's very comparable to Peloton. It has a big screen on it. What I love about it is the screen flips around, and Mixed Fitness has a professional dumbbell, like a super sleek looking dumbbell set that you can order with the bike for cheaper than a Peloton. But you can flip the screen around, and Beachbody is going to be coming out with spin programs. So you can be doing a cycling program. I am so excited. Be doing a cycling program mixed with a resistance training workout, and then get on the other side of your bike and do one of the lifting programs, or you can do lift 4 or one of our cardio workouts that we have on the other side of your bike, where you're not dealing with, okay, I need to put it on my smart TV, or I need to play it on my phone, or I need to put it on my computer. It's just like everything in our company is going next level. Everything. We need more coaches, and the coaches who see this opportunity now and join now are going to really reap the fruits of what's happening, because Beachbody has something that's called a lead program. And so if you're a coach in our organization and you reach your first promotion of getting your two first people signed up with a coach account, and then you get your first 3 people, like within that, get your first 3 people started and hit what's called Success Club, Beachbody will throw people at you. Everyone who orders anything off of the Team Beachbody website is assigned a coach. Everyone, from infomercials to the phone to ads online, and Beachbody pours millions of dollars into advertisement. Everyone gets assigned a coach. And so you're going to get free people just pouring into you as the name continues to grow. So much is happening and it's so exciting. I like hold on tight. We are here to mentor you through that. That's, in my personal opinion, why I really feel like you should start now. That's not to mention the need. Everyone in our world right now, especially in our country, is suffering from isolation, anxiety, depression. Suicide rates are skyrocketing because of being on lockdown and the pandemic. If there's ever been a time in our history where people are valuing both their health and their income, right now, it's never been at a more needed time for community and tools to be able to support yourself and your health and join other people from home. And that's what we do. That's literally what we specialize in. That's what this is about. So, both from a supply and demand opportunity, this is incredible. And anyone can do this no matter what your life is looking like right now. So, your next steps are to reach out to the person who invited you to this so they can get you started exactly how you need to get started. I'm going to take this one, Abby, and then I'll let you finish us up. This is an example of one of our newest programs. We have another one that's actually launching from Shaun T here. The sample workout comes out tomorrow, and then it launches for coaches on the 19th. This is 9-week Control Freak. It's currently on sale. If you've seen people working out with their track on their door, this is a phenomenal program and it's super fun. It comes with this track that you can put on your door and this work exercise ball. All the workouts are different. It's very dynamic. You do it with a step. The moves are moves that you've never really done before. So this is an amazing way to start. Also, though, look into Shaun T's new program called Let's Get Up. I'm excited about that one personally because it's going to bring joy to people. The set is in Hawaii, and they did that intentionally because so many people have been stuck in their homes for so long. And I think it's going to be really a game changer for a lot of people. All right, Abby, take us home.
Oh man, so I mean, like everything that we've shared, I hope that it's answered questions for you. And I had a lot of questions. So, if you have them, please shoot them to your coach, shoot them to us directly. We are all open books. But I think I just want to challenge you one last thing. And that is, I held myself back for 3 months creeping on my coach because of all those reasons that I told myself I couldn't. and honestly doubting some of the big dreams and goals that I had placed in my heart, and honestly being afraid to even go there, to get outside my comfort zone, to do something maybe a little non-traditional. I was worried a lot about what people would think about me. But when it came down to brass tacks and realizing that they don't pay my bills and they don't raise my kids and they don't have the gifts that I do, and if this is a door that's opening, I do not want to be the one to shut it. So I told my husband, it's like, I'm going to do whatever my coach says for 3 months. After 3 months, if I don't love it, I will quit. But I could at least do it legitimately, making an effort. And so if she said to jump off a cliff, I would jump off a cliff. Obviously, 5 years later, I didn't. And what I will tell you is that this business has not just provided incredible financial ways for our family, but it's transformed me. And I know every coach that I know who's been in this business long enough, from the inside out, in confidence, in compassion, in dreaming really big again. I have huge dreams for our family that I've never had before, and it makes me so excited. And our greatest joy, and I think I can speak for every coach on this team who might have invited someone, is not just to see our goals or dreams fulfilled, but to see you guys start to do the same, to see you guys start to dream really big and get results and spread that ripple effect. Like Jess said, people need what we have to offer in so many ways right now. And so don't sell yourself short. Don't quit. If this is a tug on your heart, I'd encourage you not to wait for 3 months like I did, because the only regret I have, honestly, is that I didn't start sooner. That legitimately is the only thing. So we are excited. Like Jess said, this is the best time to get started. So connect with us. We can plug you into our new coach mentorships, where we will teach you all the ins and outs of all the social media and time management, all that stuff. That stuff we can teach you. What we can't bring to the table is your personality and your goals and your dreams. And that's what you get to bring that's super, super special. So I'm just going to look here. Are you questions? If a client wants nutrition programs, do I sell the nutrition challenge pack? Yes, Susan, we can work with you. Your coach can, but basically our nutrition programs are included for free with a challenge pack, which is phenomenal. And clients get lifetime access to those, which is also phenomenal.
Yeah. And there's also I only know this because Susan is one of the coaches on our team, but Susan owns the co-owner of a gym and is a personal trainer. And so their actual nutrition only challenge packs, that if it like makes more sense. So like To Be Mindset, if it's more of that, if you want them to do that program, or if you want them doing more macros with Ultimate Portion Fix, there's an actual challenge pack that includes all program materials from that specific program and whatever product that they want. So they can choose either Shakeology or Performance. The weird part about that, I will tell you, when you look at the price, is that it's more expensive. It's $180, and it doesn't include Beachbody On Demand. It's $160 if you're to get the regular annual all access challenge pack. That one includes lifetime access to digital access to both nutrition programs. What it doesn't include is all the program materials. So what I've done before, and again, sometimes mentally for people though, like if you're personal training with them and you give them other fitness like access that might confuse them, I know people like that. And so that's what you have, that option. But what I've also done before is I do the annual all access challenge pack. So they still have that year of Beachbody On Demand. They don't have to use it. They could do the meditations, or you could put them on a stretching routine at home when they're not working with you. But then you can add on an accessories pack. I think it's like $14 or $15 for the specific nutrition program you want them on. And so let's say it's To Be Mindset, then it will include the water bottle, the recipe book, another tracker, and I figure like the getting started hard copy guide, because a lot of people do better with hard copy rather than digital anyways. So yeah, does that help you out? I can show you too, but if you look around in the challenge packs, you'll see those. Okay, cool. Any other questions you guys have before we let you go? Sorry, we went over longer than we were supposed to. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Again, I hope you have an amazing night, and we look forward. If any questions come up, please let us know, or your coach know, and I will get this recording posted hopefully tonight, if not tomorrow. Have a great evening, you guys. Thanks for being on. Bye.